How is it going? I hope everyone is doing well, and thank you for tuning in this video. Today I'm here with my 6th installment of my WCW nWo 1998 pay-per-view rewind. Today I'm here with my review of their June pay-per-view with the Great American Bash. And without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and jump right into the show, which the first 10 minutes was basically a recap for the opening match, which was the finals of the best of 7 series between Chris Benoit and Booker T, of course the winner, facing Finley for the WCW World Television Championship later on in the night. Booker T actually originally beat Chris Benoit in the finals on Thunder that week prior, but there was controversy to it, and the Booker T pleaded to have another match to have a fair winner, so that's what led to this match. And overall, I gotta say, Booker T and Chris Benoit, they had a previous match at, was it Uncensored or Spring Stampede? I don't remember. They had a previous match for the title, and it was good, but I thought this match was better than that one. Matter of fact, I thought this match was a great opener. Probably the best opener in 1998. I haven't seen all of them, but as of right now, this is the best opener I've seen. Probably one of the better pay-per-view matches overall in 1998 as well. So this was a hell of a way to carry the pay-per-view. Benoit was... the only thing that sucked was they got reactions when they came out, because like both guys had like their own cult following back then, but for some reason during their matches the crowd just didn't really react. I thought that was the case here, so I thought that kind of sucked, but great stuff. Technically it was very good. They got the typical stuff in. Benoit hit some very vicious snap suplexes where I thought broke Booker T's neck at some points, but Booker T was selling his leg because I was injured. At the finish, Benoit went for a huge diving headbutt, hit it but didn't cover in time. Booker T ended up hitting the Harlem sidekick, followed by the missile dropkick for the 1-2-3. So Booker T defeats Chris Benoit again. Only in WCW would you have a guy beat somebody to become #1 contender, complain about the way they beat him, get a rematch, and still beat him. It's like you just made more work for yourself. I get what the direction they're going with in terms of why they did it. They want Booker T to be like, you want to win fairly, but it just looks stupid to beat Benoit twice. It's like, if the result was still the same, why even have an extra match? It made absolutely no sense. But Booker T wins, best match of the night, I'll say, if I'm being perfectly honest. And if I'm being honest too, if you wanted to, you could turn the show off after this match. It wouldn't really matter. Just saying. But Booker T wins, great opening match. Kanyon taking on Saturn, and which was a surprising match because you would think just this match would suck, but Saturn came to work. He got his shit in. He was doing some really cool offensive stuff. Offensive. I don't think that's even a word. He was doing some really cool offense stuff, and he was doing some really cool aerial stuff, so I have to say. I don't know how I came up with that offensive, whatever the hell word I just said a minute ago. Don't know where I came up with that, but yeah, Saturn came to work, and he was pretty good in this match, and Kanyon held his own as well. So these two went out there, and they had a good portion of time. It wasn't that like they had a short match. They went there and had like a good 12 minutes. And I thought what they had, they probably had the second best match in the show, honestly. So Kanyon and Saturn had some good stuff. There were some interferences. He had two Mortises show up, which was my main complaint. I just thought the two Mortis thing was absolutely stupid, but what can you do? The crowd didn't give a shit about the match, but like I said, it was good for what it was. Kanyon got the win with the flatliner, and then Saturn got attacked by one of the Mortises, got hit with the even flow DDT, ended up being Raven. Flock comes out, they beat down Saturn, kick him out of the flock. So yeah, good match overall nonetheless. And of course that would set up Saturn versus Raven at the next pay-per-view. Vacant WCW Cruiserweight title match, Chris Jericho taking on Dean Malenko in their third pay-per-view match in 98. Or fourth, one of the two. The best part about this match was, so to get this match, Dean Malenko had to vacate the championship on Thunder the week before. He had to vacate the Cruiserweight title. He was the champion, but he had to vacate the title in order to get a match with Jericho. And that's what he did, because he wanted to get his hands on Jericho that fucking bad. He wanted to kill Chris Jericho to the point where he gave up his title just to get a match with him, right? The bell rings, and Malenko just stares at Jericho while and just circles the ring. No killer instinct, no nothing. This idiot Dean Malenko vacated his championship because he wanted to fucking get his hands on Chris Jericho that badly, but once the bell rang, he didn't do anything. Now, this happens all the time. This is nothing new, but this is like one of the things that I fucking hate that they do in wrestling. They'll have a blood feud, and then they'll go out there and just have a match. Or the guy that just like wants to tear this guy apart just has no aggression to him. I just thought that was stupid. Match itself, very disappointing. The worst match out of all the pay-per-view matches so far, I'd say, in 98. I just wasn't feeling it. I mean, it was fine. The in-ring work was fine, but I just wasn't feeling it, and the finish killed it too. Where Jericho fires up Malenko to the point where Malenko wails Jericho with the chair, because Jericho obviously references his at the time his recently deceased father, and it pisses him off. So I mean, the finish, it made sense. The DQ finish made sense in that fashion, but it was for a vacated championship. It just should have been, I don't know. It just wasn't the right booking for that match, if you ask me. I get it, but it just wasn't the right booking for that match, in my opinion. So, DQ finish. Malenko chases Jericho out to the outside. Jericho literally has to run out in the streets into traffic to get away from Malenko. Good angle. And then, of course, they try to sell in the fact that, this makes no sense. So, it's a championship that's vacated. So, titles can only change hands when there's a champion by pinfall or submission. But since this match ended in a DQ, they try to play it off like, what's going to happen to the championship? Oh, tune in to Nitro the next night. Why should it be debatable? Jericho won by DQ. Yes, it's by DQ, but there's no champion. So in that logic, he should have been champion automatically. In which that's how it played out. Next night on Nitro, the championship was awarded to Chris Jericho. But of course, WCW, they wanted you to tune in to Nitro the next night to see what happens. Even though, if you had a brand at the time, you would know Jericho would have been champion regardless. Rant over. Match, like I said, it was fine for what it was. Not their best match, but not their worst one. Their absolute worst one. The angle, the post-match angle was good, but I just felt for a vacated championship, that was probably the worst finish you could have done. But whatever, it fit the feud, I guess, especially the way Jericho won the championship at the end. But whatever. Juventud Guerrero taking on Reese. I'm not even going to spend my time on it. This was absolute garbage. Van Hammer comes in, helps Juventud get the win. And it's fucked up. Juventud goes for Rana to roll him up, but Reese's shoulder is clearly not down, so the finish is fucked up, but that's typical WCW for Reese. But yeah, huge waste of time. This match got a lot of time too. It was like 10 minutes, but trust me, it felt like a fucking hour. Trust me. So yeah, nothing good between those two. Eddie Guerrero taking on Chavo Guerrero Jr. Of course, this is when Chavo was doing his whole psycho gimmick, going crazy, being Eddie's biggest fan. And, Eddie, of course, trying to play it off like he didn't want to fight Chavo. He didn't want to fight him. And then, obviously, once the match, he was trying everything possible to get Chavo to get out of the match, too. And, the match itself was good, but the crowd didn't give a shit about it. And, I just felt like they didn't live the potential up. I just felt like they were doing a lot of pondering, just a whole lot of nothing. I felt like, Chavo and Eddie were doing in this match at first. And it was mainly for a reaction. It was mainly character work. So I'm not going to sit there and say it was nothing. So that was wrong of me to say they were doing nothing. They were doing character work, which was fine. But I felt like they did it a little too long, and then just the in-ring work didn't make up to what they were doing. Usually when you do your little moments with the character work, then you make up, the missed time with your in-ring work, right? I just feel like they didn't really do that here. And they just had a good match. It didn't feel like it could have lived to the potential it could have done. Eddie misses a frog splash, which Chavo was able to set up a springboard tornado DDT on Eddie to get the win. So Chavo beats his uncle here. Like I said, good match. Just, it could have been so much better. WCW World Television Championship, Finley defending against Booker T. Of course, Booker T beat Benoit earlier on the night, or to open the show, to win this right. The match is fine. A lot of leg work from Finley, just working on Booker T's leg pretty much throughout the entire match. And then at the end of the match, Booker T all of a sudden just no-sells the leg, hits two double axe handle kicks, or scissors kicks, sorry, which Finley kicks out of. Booker T ends up hitting a botched tombstone, or Finley hit it, which looked pretty bad. And then Booker ended up just throwing Finley into the corner, hitting a pile driver. 1, 2, 3. Booker T is your brand new World Television Champion. Nothing to the match. It was just whatever. The crowd didn't care either. The crowd actually was like, something was going on. I think it was this match, actually, where there was like some commotion going on in the crowd, and the crowd was just panting to that. So, I don't know. It was just whatever. WCW United States Heavyweight Championship. Goldberg defending against Konnan. This was a typical squash. Goldberg destroyed him, but Goldberg tried... The one thing I hate that Goldberg does, he tries to do more shit than he should do. It should just be a spear, jackhammer, and that's honestly it. But Goldberg tried to bust out a bunch of moves that he executed very shittily. Or shittily, I don't know. I get shittily. What makes a difference at this point? It's Goldberg. It's shit either way. Goldberg tried to do more than he should have, and whatever. But he hit a spear, jackhammer, beat Konnan in like a minute. Didn't matter. Afterwards, Rick Rude and Kurt Hennig attacked Konnan. Because he failed to beat Goldberg. Kevin Nash and Lex Luger come running out to pick the save for Konnan. So that's when Konnan joined the Wolfpack, obviously. But yeah, just a way to get Goldberg in the card, I guess. Hollywood Hulk Hogan and Bret Hart taking on Macho Man Randy Savage and Piper. This is WCW's booking. They have two guys that are going to have a match against each other, team against each other before they have a match against each other. Makes a whole lot of fucking sense. This whole match fucking sucked. I'm not even going to bother trying to put it over. Bret was the best part, and even Bret didn't give a fuck about this match. Just typical bullshit. You had Piper in the ring with Hogan. Hogan just being Hogan, and Piper just, being Piper, which is entertaining. The crowd was red hot. That's the thing. Like, Piper can get a crowd riled up, no matter how garbage the match is, because this match is probably the hottest the crowd was, and that was because of Piper. Piper was riling people the fuck up. Bret was whatever. You can just tell he didn't want to be there. Savage got the tag at the end, ran a little bit rough shot. Piper got taken out. I forgot what happened with Piper, honestly. He just got taken out. I think Hogan took him out, or maybe, I don't know, someone took him out. Maybe Disciple. I think it was Disciple took him out. Bret puts in Macho Man in the sharpshooter because he has an injured leg, and I think someone hit his, I think Hogan, draped his leg or something before, and then Bret put him in the sharpshooter. One way or another, basically Savage has a hurt leg, Bret puts him in the sharpshooter, and Savage taps out, right? And that's it. Mean Gene comes in, tries to talk, and pretty much starts to stir shit between Piper and Savage. And Piper's trying to get Savage up because their match is next. And then Savage just dumps Piper, just clotheslines him. Hits an elbow, gets a 2 count. Piper rakes the eyes, gets a low blow on Savage, puts him in the figure 4, Savage taps out. So Piper beats Savage in a minute. You had Savage tap out twice in a matter of 5 minutes. So great booking there, WCW. But yeah, just nothing good from any of that. And speaking of nothing good, main event, which was Sting taking on the Giant. Of course, the winner decided the fate of the tag team titles because they were the tag team champions, but they were separating the championships. Well, not separate championships, but they were trying to claim the championships and have a new partner, essentially. So Giant made it clear if he won, he was named Disciple as his tag team partner, which fucking great thinking there. But Sting obviously wasn't known, but obviously it'd be Kevin Nash the next night on Nitro. But I just gave away a spoiler who won the match. Sorry about that. The match itself is 5 minutes, which I will say the match isn't terrible. It's probably one of the better matches. It's a sprint and the crowd's into it. It's a Sting match. Sting's got the crowd invested into it. Can't blame the guy. Giant doesn't give a shit. Sting hits a Stinger splash right from the get-go. Some back and forth stuff, and then Sting hits a Scorpion Death Drop, near fall. Hits a second one, near fall. Goes for a third one, but looks like Giant's countering it into a slam, but then Sting ends up hitting it. 1, 2, 3. Sting beats the Giant in the main event. Like I said, this match only got 5 or 6 minutes. Wasn't long, but you know what? The crowd was hot for it. Sting, what he was able to do with the Giant in that time period, I thought he did a good job. So I can't complain too much about the match, but yeah, I don't know. They won the tag team titles the pay-per-view before, and then here they are, the next pay-per-view, fighting each other for the tag team titles. So just WCW logic, and just it wasn't as bad as Slamboree, because that show sucked, but Great American Bash was another shit show as well. Like I said, honestly, watch the opener and then turn the show off. That's all you need to watch. You don't need to see anything else. Kanyon and Saturn was the second best match, and probably the main event follows. But, well, not the main event. I'd probably rank Eddie and Chavo before the main event, honestly, then the main event. But besides that, everything else just not really worth watching. This is where WCW obviously was really going downhill, and this show is just another prime example of what direction they it was so clear they just did not know what the fuck they were doing at this time period. I'll just say that. It was just clear they were directionless, and then, obviously the rest of their term, the next, 3 years they're around, obviously had to suffer because of that. So it just sucks to see it kind of happen in front of your eyes, but it is what it is. What can you do? But yeah, shit show overall. Didn't enjoy it, but then again, this is WCW at this time period. You can't really expect anything that good. But however, I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope, if anything, you guys enjoyed the video at the very least. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please feel free to like below. And of course, till next time, I'll see you guys then. Thank you guys for watching this video.